Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Want to start by saying Shabbat Shalom, and all praise goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kwakwadash, and also the honor to the apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders of Grand Millstone who rule well, and also Shalom to sincere Akiyamade pushing truth in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kwakwadash. I'm back again with a quick lesson. This is going into that whole situation that is, being going on over there, in Babylon, America, over there in LA or California, whatever you want to call it. Okay, with the whole, this whole, it's like this whole ICE, and then you got the Northern Tribe protesting against ICE, or which is into the deep ends of it. They're going against the Donald Trump government, of the whole, importing, it's like a deep, deporting, the Northern tribes, now it's coming to where like immigrants are being, all immigrants are being deported. All right, so of the tribes, if you're from Haiti, Jamaica, all these other countries, and you don't have the right papers, or somehow something happens to you, you're gonna be you're gonna get deported. So there's a protest that is taking place over there, and this right here with the way it happened, this is gonna be stages, of the beginning of Jacket Trouble, man. All right. So I'm going to play this video that was sent to me by the brother Martha Zabar from GMS Melbourne. The brother from over here in Australia. And I'm going to go into the article news that I had pulled up. And then I'm going to get a few precepts. All right. Just to show you, man, the things that we've been telling you people eventually is going to come to the light. All right. Yahweh Shemeshah is going to fulfill whatever he said he would do. All right, so let's go play this video.
A 9 News reporter has.
So this Australian reporter hit with a rubber bullet during LA protest. All right, you see, so. Also, you gotta go deep into this thing, man. When you go to the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 2, verse 11, we can't be ignorant of certain things, man. Because we've seen in the movies where this shit happens. You got a news reporter. There's a fucking people protesting, going crazy, and then the reporter gets hit by fucking chair, table, whatever. Weapon to thrown, or eventually some reporter get fucking shot in a movie. Pow! Straight into the fucking brains and get shot dead, man. So, and this is where we at. See that car driving?
Been shot with a rubber bullet while covering military intervention and protests in Los Angeles. Lauren Tomasi was reporting live from the city as protesters clashed with the National Guard. The military were deployed by US President Donald Trump in response to protests against his immigration raids.
Shut the fuck up! You okay?
A 9 News reporter has been shot with a rubber bullet while covering military intervention and protests in Los Angeles. Lauren Tomasi was reporting live from the city as protesters clashed with the National Guard. The military were deployed by US President Donald Trump in response to protests against his immigration raids.
Shut the fuck up! You okay?
A 9 News reporter has been shot.
Right. You see it? So, hey, man. Hold up. Let me get this a precept. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, and verse, it's like, hold on, man. In verse 4, it says, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, said the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai of hosts. So, Donald Trump is the cruel, is the cruel lord and a fierce king, All right, and you see what he's doing. All right, bringing the national guards into this protest, and now they're shooting their own kinds, their own people. Okay, who just are reporting the news. No giving a shit. And that reporter right there, I believe, okay, from my understanding with the laws that are being passed, from whatever I've heard with this whole situation over there in LA, I don't think any these reporters can go back and sue. You see, because there's laws that are being passed right now to where like you could be a news reporter or journalist, and you can be deemed under that you are you intending, what is it? Man, what's the word, man? So basically, I'm gonna say it in my own way, all right, in my low, English. So basically, you're gonna be portrayed as somebody who's promoting, all right, for promoting their rights, all right, giving people like so it will be like sedition, like okay, you're in charge of it, or you promoting it, or you making things better. You basically you adding fucking you adding fuel into the fire, man, or you adding fucking salt into the wound, so to where the laws are being passed and they can take your ass out and put you under that category. Because Issa bro, Issa is not a fucking joke. Okay, let's keep it real. Issa is not a joke. Issa knows what the fuck he's doing. And if you know fucking, if you don't see what's going on, you're trying to be silly, you're trying to act like you're this tough guy, Issa's going to take your ass out. He's going to take you out. Okay? You being ignorant, man. Okay? Let's go. Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. They shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And this is what we're seeing over there in America right now. Okay? Because with this whole fucking ICE, okay, Donald Trump is, these laws he had passed is that you could be American, eventually gonna be taken out of America. You could have your papers, you could have this, but if you happen to, come from these countries that were banned, or they can take your ass out. And then that is gonna have let's say you are American citizen, you're married to somebody from outside the country, and the eyes come out, the laws that are being passed, and they come take your family members, all right, your woman, your man, or whatever. That's gonna cause chaos. So for example, right now for me, right, I'm an Australian citizen. Okay, my woman is American. All right, we got kids, 3 kids. They hold American passport, or I'm sorry, they hold American citizenship and Australian citizen. So, to my understanding right now, that my kids can get deported back over here by force. If America decides to put on a ban on Australia, okay? Even these fucking famous people, there's no regards towards them. You see? That's what's happening right now, man. So this is going to cause the way Americans are going to come against Americans, because you got a lot of Americans who's marrying into the Philippines, people from different countries, Venezuela, Colombia, Mexico, you name it, And these are the people that ICE is targeting. They're targeting the northern tribes. That's gonna cause a frictions, man. Okay, and that's what we are right now. So, okay, let's go to the book of Matthew chapter 12. It's the book of Matthew 12 and verse 26. I'm starting from verse 25. And Yahushua knew that their thoughts, and said unto them, every kingdom divided against self is brought to desolation, And every city will have divided against itself shall not stand. And this is what's happening in America right now, man. America is being divided. Verse 26. If Satan cast out Satan, he's divided against himself. How should then his kingdom stand? Then eventually you got laws that I'm hearing from brothers that, even if you happen to be American citizen, there's going to be laws that can get you taken out of America, being put into these, prison outside America. So, basically you being deported. Okay, imagine you're an American citizen and you get put under some type of fucking, felon, federal crime, whatever. And then your sentence is for you to be sent out of America, to be locked up out of America. Like, come on, man. You see what I'm saying? And that's going to cause what? What we're seeing
Shot with a
here,
rubber bullet while covering military intervention and protests in Los Angeles.
And also here, it says, White House sends National Guard to protest against LA immigration raids. It says national. Let me play this video right here. It might be different. This is what's happening right now over there in America, California, LA. Not looking too good right now, man. See? And you see the American flag being waved by them people who's being targeted, because some of those people, they consider themselves to be Americans. But, but they're being targeted. So it's not going to be great, man. And we've been saying this, Greg Millstone, fuck IURC, fuck ISPK, fuck Scary, fuck Genesis. All them niggas, they're going to ride along when this shit get crazy out there, man. Fuck them. Okay, they ain't really with the prophecies, man. All right. All right. So you see that. So it says, National Guard troops have been. National Guard troops have begun taking up positions in LA after 2 days of protests against immigration raids in California City. The USA military said at least 300 soldiers have so far been posted in 3 locations across LA on Sunday morning local time, following orders from USA President Donald Trump, who described the demonstrations as a form of rebellion. You see where we're going at? You see the National Guards right there? You see it's an anti-ICE protest march after federal immigration authorities conducted raids in Los Angeles on Friday. People banning things, okay? And then if it keeps going, see, that's the Border Patrol car being kicked at. At the same time, man, real quick, let me get this one precept. I know America, man. America is one of those hardcore country, man. To where if you put your hands to the vehicles of federal, workers, yeah, you can really be shot and be, taken out. So with this right here, man, it's just okay. You really have to be careful with it and measure it, just to see. Because it could be Easter trying to cause chaos to bring new new laws in, man, So Sirach chapter 5 verse 15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or small. So, yeah. You got to really measure things what is doing, understanding how it operates, Because Nobody being shot yet and being put to death. You know what I'm saying? You see what these people are doing to this border patrol. That's a federal vehicle right there. You see, so, you know, this right here, they ain't really shooting bullets out yet. You know, usually, hey, we see what these fucking police do over there in America towards the so-called Negroes, people, the tribe of Judah. All right, what they do to them. Okay, you could be in your vehicle, 11:44. Kalami habashim shabashim kadash brakata osi habashim sharatazah. I pray that, you know, us brothers, you know, doing this work right here in sincerity, we're part of the elect. But anyway, come back here. Is the you know, when Jake do something over there, a little thing over there in America, what happens? You get shot. So these photos, look at it. Nobody has died yet. And I just showed that little video of the news reporter, you know, being shot by rubber bullet, whatever. Okay, so this right here, man, is just the beginning of troubles. Okay, it could be a warning shot coming from Esau, man. All right, that's the way I see it. Real quick, let's come Revelation 12. I read the book of Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." So yes, it could be that right now. You know, eventually these devils is gonna come down towards our people, all right, with our great wrath, because the devil know, you know, Esau's so-called woman knows that he have but a short fucking time. Okay, his kingdom is coming to an end. They know that, the elite, the bankers, they know that. And that's why they're trying to hurry up, okay, to push their agenda, the NWO, you know, causing fake chaos, fake, you know, all right, these agendas, you know, false flag. And that's what, you know, that's what they're really heading to right now, man. Okay? But who's being saying that? Graham Millstone. Matthew chapter 24 and verse in verse 22. Matthew chapter 24 verse 7 verse 7. Matthew chapter 24 verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no ever shall be. And that's going into what? Let's read this in the AMP. For at that time there will be a great tribulation, pressure, distress, oppression. And this is what we're seeing right now happening to the northern tribe over there in America. All right. You can see the distress and oppression be happening to them. Even the ones, you know, who got the right, you know, papers, and, you know, they're all being pressed. Such as has no occurred since the beginning of the world until now, nor ever we again. Right? Verse 22. If those days of tribulation had not been cut short, so those days are going, you know, that time is going to be cut short. All right? No human life will be saved. It's going to be terrible, man. For the sake of the elect, Yahweh Hashem has chosen, those days will be shortened. So for that reason, okay, the days are going to be shortened. You know, the days of Jacob trouble are going to be shortened. All right? Because the elect is going to need to be saved out of it, man. All right? Let's go to the book of Daniel 12:1. At that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, all right, Israelites, the elect. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, at that second, at that time, that people should be delivered. Talking about the elect, everyone that should be found written in the book. You see, so it's gonna be crazy out here. Okay, Michael is gonna have to come back over here to fight for the election. All right, the ones that were in the book of life are going to be what? To be delivered out of that trouble. You know, the trouble that has not happened here. Okay, in this fucking society, you can go to slavery. All right, 7 AD. Okay, you name it. Any other tribe that took, place here on the earth. Jacob tribe is gonna outdo that, man, and that's what we're coming into. All right, let's go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, and verse 5. For that saith the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yashar, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and no of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child, right? So, yeah, it's going to be so terrible. When Jeremiah seen this right here, he seen man going through some fucking shit, and man don't be giving birth. So they're going through fucking pain, like a woman who's about to give a birth. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail. A woman is about to give birth. They be going through so much pain. They put their hands on their thighs, going through it, screaming, breathing hard, short of breath, stress. That's how a man's gonna be nowadays, man. All right, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Okay, distress. All right, through it. You just through, man. Your face is, a person can look at you like, yeah, man, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's what Jeremiah saying. Verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Which you are going into the elect. They're going to be saved out of it. Okay? Into that trouble. All right? And that's what we're coming into. Real quick, 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure that the time diligently in itself. When thou seest part of the sons pass, which I've told thee before, then should thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the house will begin to visit which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of people in the world, and this is what we are witnessing right now. This is uproars people, taking place in America, where National Guard's being, deployed there. Okay, and this is getting worse because usually when you see shit like this, it's happening, into the third world country or the country outside these Western countries. Europe. You see, essentially in Europe, Asia, South America, but most of the time it's Africa, Middle East. All right, but now it's reaching to where? Babylon, America. Let me read quick precepts like it. Revelation chapter 18, one of my favorite precepts, in verse 8. Therefore shall have plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine. All that is going to come in one day towards America, meaning like plagues are going to be hitting one after another. Okay? Because eventually, you see what the fuck is happening right now is that the protesting you see right now is going to turn into violence. Okay? Violence is going to be that shit's going to be shut off. Martial law is going to be declared, all right? That's a plague, man. And she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is Yahweh B'Hashem Yashar who judges it. Eventually, the ultimate judgment is going to follow that fire, man, all right? Those ICBMs being shot on America from those different countries that are going to come against her. Then even the chariot, all right, going shot lesbians on America, man. Okay, so let's come back. Come back here. It's like your second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 3. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. You see it happening over there in America right now. Okay, no weapons is being drawn towards one another, but that's gonna happen. Okay, when you read verse 4, then that shall well understand that the most aspect of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. You see, these things were written and being told, for like all that is man in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifested. The end is being made unto us clear. Okay, it's like it. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, and get to the point of it. And verse 14, woe to the war and them that do wear the ring, for the sword and the destruction drew nigh, and one people shall stand up, fight against another, and swords in their hands. Eventually, this is going to happen over there in America. People are going to get up one day, chaos, crazy. They're going to be fighting the national guards with weapons. Okay, it's going to be guns, bullets for bullets. Okay? Yeah, it's going to happen over there. And you wait for it, man. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. That's going to happen in America. We've seen this happen in different countries, but it's going to get over there in America, man. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the cost of their action shall stand in their power. See, this is what's going to come. What's coming to America? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because what? It's going to be so crazy out there. Martial law is going to be called in streets and highways going to be shut off. Okay? For because of the pride of the cities shall be trouble, the house shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, and shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods for the lack of bread and for great tribulation. You know, it's going to be so much going on out here, and that's going to be happening. Okay? Shit's going to be shut off. All right? Stores, grocery stores, all right, you know, your regular cafe, fucking you go to every Saturday morning, Sunday morning, all right, Friday night dinners order is gonna be cut off. It's gonna be crazy out here. Okay, it's gonna be sorrows. It's gonna be chaos, man. Nobody's gonna be happy here. And that's the time we've been telling you motherfuckers that we're coming into. But you people look at us like we're fucking crazy. You know? You wait. Them national guards you see right now, no causing, you know, no shooting bullets. Eventually the time's gonna come to where they're gonna shoot fucking bullets. Alright, okay? They're gonna be shooting bullets. Okay, towards you citizens of America. And some of you're not gonna be able to handle that, man. You know, it's gonna be so crazy that you're not gonna know what to do. All right, that's what we're coming into. You know, you understand, this process gotta be fulfilled. They haven't been fulfilled yet, and we're coming into it. We've been telling you about this, man. All right, but you got, you know, you people following these niggas that want to debate and sound deep. Good luck with that. Good luck with him. We're gonna keep talking about these things that we see happening right now. You can call us a conspiracy theory, but that time is coming. You want to travel, you want to go here, shut off. You see? Death after death, man. Okay? Yeah. So with that, man, you know, I'm going to stop right here. Lord willing, tomorrow I'll be able to do, you know, another lesson going into this right here. So with that, I say shalom.